Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Couple things. Hashtag duh. So this morning it dawned on me, and actually this thanks to some of you guys. I appreciate the comments and the suggestions because I've got this awesome Microsoft Studio PC that I can draw on, and I was trying to use the whiteboard, which makes no sense. So some of you suggested, and this is what I'm going to do, that whiteboard's going to become a TV. So that way, whether you're on it, the cool thing about Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, you see my screen, but we have such a great following on Instagram. I want to do that with you guys. So I'm almost a little embarrassed I didn't think of this. So anyway, we'll do that with the TV, and then I'll be able to turn the phone around, focused on the TV. You'll be able to, so anyway, not to waste too much time, I'm all about constant improvement, trying to make this better for you guys, and I appreciate the suggestions. Okay, so back to this morning. I want to talk about two things, okay? If you weren't here this morning, we talked about the 945 rule a lot, and I tell you, blog posts, and you can research more about the 945 rule, what it is, the explanation. Today, I want to kind of give you more of the why, okay? More of the why. And what we ran into this morning with FAT is a theme we've been seeing a lot lately, okay? We've been seeing these big chat rooms stuff these low floaters in pre-market, like precisely at 9 a.m. And it's been happening a lot lately. So rationale number one for avoiding these big movers in pre-market, because we've seen, bring up the chart of FAT, I've got it on screen, we've seen this a lot the last couple weeks, and these big chat rooms like to buy right at 9 a.m. They know everybody's got the FOMO, okay? They know everybody's fired up, everybody's full of FOMO, they see a big runner like FAT, they see it's got news. Stock spikes, chat room sells, declares a win, and then the thing gets destroyed the rest of the day. It's been happening a lot. So, two suggestions on that. Don't trade these things in pre-market. Suggestion number one. Suggestion number two, breaking news chat in stocks to trade. The great thing about the breaking news guys, we've got a whole team, and they're watching all these Twitter pumps. They're watching all of these chat room pumps. So at 9:01 a.m., and I've got it in my show notes. Oh, another suggestion, I'm going to crank up the font on the show notes too. So, is that a good font size for everyone on YouTube and Facebook? Let me know. This is 16 point. I'm thinking this is better. But anyway, right here, 9:01 a.m., breaking news called out a big chat room buy. Let's see if the sheep can nail the top yet again on FAT. And you can see 9:01 a.m. I don't even know if it went any higher. Yep, yeah, let me bring up a 1 minute chart here. I don't think it ever went higher than 9:01 a.m. Zoom 9:01. Yep, look at that. Look at that. Windows Shift S. Right there. That was the chat room buy, and breaking news alerted that. And it never ticked higher the rest of the day. So, two things. And, like I said, avoid pre-market on these things, or, If you're on your own, don't trade them pre 945. Yeah, I'm talking FAT, as in like fat. Not PHAT, pretty hot and tempting. So recognize the difference between FAT and PHAT. Very different. There's my dad joke of the day. Anyway, that being said, those were the two big things I wanted to talk about. And then let's get to the news. We got some good news this morning. This jobs number, man. And we're not out of the woods yet. We're a long way from out of the woods, but loving this jobs number. Weekly unemployment claims dropped below 1 million since the beginning of the coronavirus stuff, the stay-at-home orders. You guys know I'm about positivity here. I'm never gonna come on here and show you the death numbers, show you the infection numbers. You're bombarded with that everywhere. What I'm trying to do is make some lemonade out of some lemons, all right? We're not out of the woods yet. We got a long way to go, but loving this jobs number that came out this morning. More good news. Israel and UAE agree to establish a diplomatic relationship, okay? This just broke 15 minutes ago, okay? Still, long way to go, okay? Long way to go. But I keep talking about the golden age, and man, I know people don't want to believe me, but research Steven Pinker, okay? I bring up Steven Pinker all the time. He does some of the best work on, violence, poverty, famine. Yes, we have a pandemic right now, but it's still 2020 is the best year to be alive statistically, and you can argue with me. I can't wait for the flames. I can't wait for everyone to torch me. There's never been a better year to be alive as a human than 2020. Now, is there still murder, famine, fire, death, despair, depression? Yes. Yes. But there's never been a better time. Anyway, Google Steven Pinker. So I love seeing this news. Next thing that I wanted to talk about. Most of you guys know I'm a truck guy. Did you see this truck? This teaser video for this NKLA truck? Man. Now, maybe you do or don't know. Okay. I'm a rural Michigan guy. I've had tons of lifted trucks. Okay. I've talked about my Tundra TRD Pro. I've got a Duramax dually, big lifted dually. Okay, I'm a rural kind of guy, but this Nikola truck, man, she's pretty. Anyway, that being said, a lot of you guys are asking about Nikola. What's it doing today? Nice day for Nikola, man. Strong. Nice gap fill on this thing. So let's grab this guy again. Whoops. Let's talk about the daily on Nikola here. Whoops. There it is. So, a lot of you are asking about Nikola. So, whoops. I almost wrote on my screen with my Sharpie. This Microsoft Studio thing is amazing, but it's really expensive. I don't think it would have been good if I wrote on my screen with my Sharpie. So, we had that big gap down here. Nice trending up, and it's now about to fill that gap at 50. And Tesla's ripping. So, Nikola has moved with Tesla. It filled that gap. I mean, so we had that big gap down on some bad news. I think it was a short seller report. Can somebody remind me the big gap down on Nikola? I think it was a short seller report. Fact check me on that. So big gap down that day, pulled for a long time. It's now filled that gap as of today, and 50 is going to be a big key psychological level, okay? I talk about this a lot. Day traders, short-term traders, and even long-term traders, they fixate on whole dollar, half dollars. And actually, there's probably some scientific research on this. I mean, the human mind fixates on even numbers, okay? There's a reason your used car is $9,999, okay? It's not a coincidence that when you're driving by the used car lot, they're not asking $10,000 for the car. They're asking $9,997. That it seems cheaper. People fixate on these numbers. There's a paper that did a study on stocks that hit $100. And somebody find me this and link, because I can never find it. I know this scientific study exists. They studied for like years stocks that hit 100 even, a significant majority of them continued higher. It's called the century mark. There's a paper. Somebody find it. If you find that paper, I'll send you a copy of Jamil's book. So, find me that research paper, DM it, or put it in the comments, and I'll send you a copy of Jamil's book. Anyway, back to Nikola. If this breaks 50, I think you got a solid trade with risk. I would say, you basically risk that gap fail, okay? So if you like Nikola, if you like that truck as much as I do, look for that $50 break, especially into afternoons. Look for this stock above VWAP into the afternoon. I think that gives you a higher likelihood that it continues. And then you would, this is a $50 stock, so you got to give it a little room. I would risk then that fail of that gap fill. If it breaks back below that gap fill area, that's your stop. Otherwise it continues higher. So, some of you got the book already. I don't know. I'll send you a Bruce Lee t-shirt. How's that? So, all right, let me take a question. Let me just see. What do you think about AMD? Love AMD. You guys know, if you've been here, AMD crushed it coming out of earnings. Big move out of earnings. And Intel. If you want a pair trade, I talk about these pair trades a lot. Buy AMD, short Intel. INTC. Intel is screwing it up, okay? I don't know if you saw, Intel lost Apple as a customer. I mean, if you're in any sort of technology, how can you be incompetent enough to lose Apple as a customer? So, so my point is, AMD, beautiful breakout chart, had great earnings, and their main competitor is screwing it up. So, really like AMD. Someone says NTN squeezing. Not yet, but she's setting up for this afternoon. Beautiful on NTN, yeah. All right, guys. As always, this is fun. I enjoy doing these. Love talking stocks. Love talking finance. Love talking the golden age. Nikola, when can I buy one of these trucks? So anyway, I even like the name, the Badger. And then I joked about this on Twitter. They gotta come out. I tell you, if they come out with like a performance package that's the Honey Badger, whoo, how amazing would it be to have the Honey Badger edition? All right, everyone, have a great day, and we'll see you next time. So.